and you have the former president who is leading in the campaign, who is hated by the DC swamp.
A lot of people.
And you're going to DEI us and put 3 midget chicks on his...
In the last video that I saw that was kind of, you know, well, it's really the first one that I talked about. It's how many people saw this guy land on the roof, bro.
At least 50.
Yeah, someone's on top of the roof. Look. There he is right there. Where? Right there, see him? He's laying down, see him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
Instead, I'm here with you fighting like hell to get a Senate.
What's happening?
And to make sure we take back the White House, because if we do, we're going to make America better than ever before. We're going to make it.
Yeah, look.
There he is.
Easy, because we have millions and millions of people in our country that shouldn't be here. Dangerous people. Criminals. We have criminals. We have drug dealers. We have people that should not be here.
Right on the roof.
It's much tougher than it happens.
You went right on the roof, big guy.
He was caught with a rangefinder an hour before.
I don't.
And then the Secret Service is blaming the Butler, PA police.
Mm-hmm.
And the Butler
Where were the police? That's
Hold on, I'm going to answer that question right now.
I know you said they were in some type of caged off or something.
No, okay, so what everybody has to understand, and what I want to make sure everybody gets here, the Secret Service is in charge of all of this.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Once they come to town, they take over the police.
It's shocking what they take over.
Yeah, they take over.
Obama came through. Obama came through up in Boone.
Yep.
And they overtook every sheriff's office within 5 counties. And we were told, you are working for the Secret Service. What they tell you to do, they tell you to stand in that bathroom.
Right.
In a uniform.
You got it. You
don't leave.
Yeah.
So, with that said, the Secret Service saying, well, that section was supposed to be Butler, PA's responsibility. And the mayor came out and said, oh, hell no. Y'all called us and asked us for 7 officers for traffic control. And we didn't understand why you just wanted 7 when we could have given you more, when you had thousands of people rolling into this little old town, and you only asked for 7 officers for traffic control? And now you're trying to blame us for not covering that building? No, we're not going to allow you to do that, and we're hoping that there is an exhaustive investigation, because the Secret Service, y'all need to understand something, on their paperwork it's 100 yards out, what is in there, and it's a very detailed 200 yards out, and you want to know how far out it goes? 1,000 yards, 1,000 meters. You want to know why? Because U.S. military trains all their sniper, a basic U.S. military sniper goes out to 1,000 meters.
Wow.
That's a simple shot for them. Not simple, but that's...
Well, I know what you mean.
Yeah. So that's why they... And eventually, yes, 500 meters, it's buildings. Okay,
Right.
And then you have officers watching the windows or whatever else. But the point of this story is going back to what you say, they let it happen. The Secret Service lady...
It was almost like they stood down.
They pulled some of his detail and sent them to Jill Biden for a party she was having. Why does Jill Biden need additional detail at the White House? You have uniformed Secret Service there. There's so many errors here. Not just, we can throw off when the short females are lady with her holster, okay, and it sounds cheesy and corny. When you're in rookie school, they tell you, stand in front of your mirror for 5 minutes a day and pull your gun. Pull your gun, okay? And I promise you, the younger officers, especially these officers these days, they don't do it because they think that's corny. But I can promise you, when you go to pull that gun out of a triple threat holster, which is hard to get, it's push down, so the bad guy can't get it.
The women agents have been taking heat since those shocking and chaotic scenes.
It looked like a bunch of sorority sisters who were hungover. The one with the ponytail whipping around, she didn't know where she was going. The other one who couldn't reholster her weapon. Not one of these women inspires any confidence.
Seeing pictures that people are posting on social media pointing to how they don't look composed or they look panicked compared to men, and that this is the reason why there was a failure.
The first time you actually have to pull that gun because there's a bad guy with a gun or a knife and you can't get that son of a bitch out, then you got to decide, okay, am I going to go to hands or am I going to run from this guy?
Right.
Or am I just dead because I couldn't get my gun out? My point is there's never should be a Secret Service agent or a federal agent that has any problem holstering or retrieving their weapon. Should never happen. And she clearly had a problem. And the fact that the only real detail they had was them. Okay, the guy in the black uniform that was standing up front when he came out and he was scanning for everybody, he's Secret Service. The guy in the camouflage was Pittsburgh PD SWAT. And you saw them come from behind where the car was,
Right.
and they all came out to settle everybody down.
Right.
There should have been more Secret Service agents there. Why do we not have more?
Right.
The
Yeah.
secret, and I'm going to do this one thing to you real quick.
And the officers seem to be somewhere else.
Why were they down here? First of all, where was all the bulletproof glass? Obama stood behind bulletproof. I mean, everywhere you look,
I can understand not the bulletproof glass, but I'm saying
you could put panels up, bro.
you couldn't see the cops
At all.
anywhere.
Anywhere.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And the guy's out walking. There's a video of him walking in front of the building for 15 minutes. And a police officer says, hey, does anybody know what this guy's doing out here in this field? There was one guy, and it's him, and he's walking over. He's right at the building. And you can see, I mean, Trump's standing here talking. You can see right through it. And it's the failure. It almost feels like it's a setup.
If you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit older than George ago. It's older. If you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit older.
It almost feels
It
like,
does.
you know, there's people whispering in people's ears.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate and say, well, this is just a situation where you got some bad people in the Secret Service and they just don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
What do you say to that?
It's the premier protective agency for our most cherished
Elites.
And I don't like the word elites, but our leaders.
They're elites.
Our leaders. Yeah. And you have the former president who is leading in the campaign, who is hated by the DC swamp.
A lot of people.
And you're going to DEI us and put 3 midget chicks on his. I mean, think about it. I mean, seriously. And you saw how short. I mean, the one girl's trying to reach up and put her hands up.
Right.
And what people don't understand is they do that so because if a round hits your hand, it'll deflect it. It won't be as. I mean,
Right.
there's a reason why they're doing what they're doing. But she can't get her hands up above Trump's head. She was trying.
Trump's 6'4",
6'4".
6'4".
His son's 6'7".